After this episode of NerdCage Live, please go check out the Review Roulette Podcast as the four of us watch and react to the Mario Brothers movie. If what you said is true, Mark Withers and the NerdCage could be dangerous. Hello and welcome. That's right. You're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York. And today is another NerdCage video game ranking discussion as I gathered some of the best content creators across the internet once again to join me on this journey across the Mushroom Kingdom. So today we got Cole, aka Godzilla Gamer 77. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Jay.
And of course, my man, Sean from Shots of Japanese Cinema. How are you, sir?
Doing good. I'm ready to stomp on some good old Koopa shells.
And of course, the Review Roulette Podcast co-host, Nick Fitkin. How are you, sir?
Oh, doing good, guys. And F you, Luigi.
Yes. By the way, Luigi's my homeboy. I'm just going to say this right here, right now. I prefer Luigi over Mario, but
Same.
we're going to appreciate the franchise as a whole here today.
I do too. I just had to say the TV show line.
Also, I just want to say that I finally know why Jay doesn't like Gamera, because the Koopas gave him a bad reputation with turtles.
Yes.
Bowser ruined turtles for him.
You could possibly say that. As I said before, we had a good reaction from our Mortal Kombat rankings. Of course, we did a Zelda ranking, and it's only made sense for us to do a Mario rankings. Now listen, this is not just all the Mario games. This is just the mainline Mario games. No spin-offs, no Mario Kart, no Mario Party. This is the mainline 2D and 3D Marios. So let's just go around the circle real quick, starting with Cole. Tell us your first memory of Mario and what do you love most about the franchise?
Oh, my first memory of Mario, that takes me back to around when new Super Mario Bros. For the DS came out. That was my first ever experience with a Mario game because that was one of the first consoles I ever had. And yeah, I was a small boy, and I fell in love with it. I sucked at the game. I mean, I get stuck on nearly every level because I was such a terrible video game gamer at that time. I was like, I can't play a game, but I loved it. I've been a fan ever since. I make sure to get nearly every Mario game I can, even though I'm still slacking on Odyssey. But we'll get to that boat when we get to it. Yeah, love Mario, and it's had a special place in my heart. Yeah, it's been a part of my life for, God, ever since I started playing video games.
Sean, how about you, sir?
Well, kind of like Cole, interestingly enough, my first exposure and actually experience of Mario was through New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. But honestly, I would say my appreciation for the Mario franchise really grew when I got Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii, and I fell in love with the game. And then I went back and played the classic Mario games, and the rest is history. I love the Mario franchise. Now, the Legend of Zelda franchise is personally my favorite video game franchise, but I still love and appreciate the absurdity of the Mario franchise. For such a simple plot in all the video games, the Mario franchise is so absurd. I don't know what they were smoking, but man, did they create such a unique and fun and colorful franchise. So, love the Mario franchise.
Absolutely. Eat a flower, spit balls of fire, eat a shroom, grow a little higher. Nick, I'm dying to hear your first experience with Mario because we're around the same age group. So go ahead, sir.
Mine was, we moved out here to Vegas. I had gotten a Nintendo for my birthday, and my first experience was the original pack-in of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Yeah! So, I mean, it's not really it's the first Super Mario Bros. Game, but I know it's not really the first one because there's that arcade one and the Donkey Kong, but that was my first experience just sitting there. I had just had that pack in. I just switched between that and Duck Hunt. I love that original one. Finding out the first time you accidentally in World War II go up and find the secret levels by accident, that is one of my first memories.
So for me, I actually didn't own a regular Nintendo, but my friends did, and I had some family members that did. And it was such a joyous journey going over to my friend's house, playing Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers 2, and Mario Brothers 3. I had the absolute time of my life. I feel like Mario is like the ultimate co-op, I should say co-op, but multiplayer game from the jump. And then I remember seeing the kiosk over at Sears, of the Super Nintendo's kiosk in Sears, and seeing Super Mario World. Oh my gosh, that just took it to a whole new level. And I eventually had enough money mowing lawns and stuff, and I bought myself a Super Nintendo. And of course, the first game I got was Super Mario World. My first love was definitely Super Mario Brothers, the best platformer of all time, bar none. Probably the best buddy game. The fact that the franchise keeps growing and growing, and Nintendo always finds a way to put a new spin to this day. Where if it's like a Mario Brothers 35 or Mario Odyssey, they keep finding new and fun ways to keep Mario relevant. I think he is the ultimate face of video games, and he'll be here probably forever.
I mean, Nintendo did save the gaming industry.
Yes, it did. It absolutely did, because E.T. nearly killed it.
QET.
So if you're familiar with this format, what we do is all of us had a unique list, and then what we did at NerdCage Live is we combined the list together. These guys on screen are not aware of what order the games are going to be in. So when we go down this countdown, you're going to see their genuine reactions, just like we did with Zelda. People dig this format, and I'm going to keep this format going as long as I can. And of course, as we go down the countdown, we're going to discuss and analyze and debate why this should or shouldn't be placed on the list the way it is. We're going to start with our 2 honorable mentions, and this should come to no surprise to anybody, because I wasn't surprised. So our 2 honorable mentions: Super Mario Brothers, the original, Super Mario Brothers 2. So, Cole, your reaction to those 2 games being the honorable mentions?
Good. I'm glad they're honorable mentions, because Mario 2 USA doesn't deserve to be in this list. Let me tell you, stupid picking up vegetables. Ugh, like who likes that game? Terrible, garbage, 0 out of 10.
Jeez, I didn't know you hated vegetables so much, Cole.
Yeah, they made me hate vegetables. Thanks, Mario 2.
What about Mario Brothers 1? What are your feelings and thoughts on Mario Brothers 1?
I think that's a rob, bro. That should be on at least the top 10. Like, I think it's solid enough to be on there. I think it's a perfectly solid game as it is, because I had that game decently high on my list. I really enjoy the original. I think it's a tight platformer. It's fun. It's short. It's easy. It's really fun to speedrun. So I have a lot of fun playing the original. So I think there's a lot of merit in original Mario Brothers. I ranked it number 6.
What? Number 6? Are you kidding me?
What? Super Mario Brothers is lit. What are you talking about?
That's not a bad placement. All right. Okay, your thoughts on the honorable mentions.
I actually like Doki Doki Mario, as I like to call it, because as you know, Super Mario Bros. 2, the American version, is just a repackaged Doki Doki Panic, because people, rightfully so, did not like the Lost Levels, because the Lost Levels sucks ass. We'll get to that. But I think it's a perfectly fun game. I actually like the vegetable concept. I don't mind throwing enemies at each other. I think the game has pacing issues, especially when it gets to the middle. It does drag a little bit. And let's just say some of the platforming is not the most well designed. But I like the surreality of the game, and everyone probably knows the ending. You know, the ending that pissed off so many people, even though I don't mind it. As for the original, it didn't make my list because it's a good game, and I like it. There's just other Mario games I would play. But that being said, I have the uttermost respect for the original Super Mario Brothers. I think it holds up. On the Zelda video, I bitched about the original Legend of Zelda not being a fun game. The original Mario Brothers, still a fun game in my opinion. So, while neither of these games made my top 10, I think they're both good games, and you should play them.
Fair enough. Nick, what you got on those 2 honorable mentions?
So for me, the first one, it just got edged out of the list, but there were so many Super Mario games that a few had to get left off the list. I still really like it. It's the first time I see like something like the warp levels. I could still play it, pick up and play it to this day. I do have a special thing for Super Mario Brothers 2. I do particularly like it a lot. I know it's Doki Doki Panic, but I like the fact that you had the 4 different characters with their own little different attributes to them, like how Toad could pick up faster. I always played as Peach because she was cheap as hell, glide across wherever you needed to. And the fact that it's all just a dream and you play and
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler for 35-year-old game at this point. Would
Close
it be?
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Also a unique enemy selection. I like the enemy.
Yeah, like the damn masks that would follow you around when you pick up the key.
Oh, or the Shy Guys.
Yeah.
And who's the frog villain that you that you kill him with vegetables at the end? What's his name?
King Wart.
Yeah.
King Wart.
Who never got love again. He just never appeared again.
Also, God knows what they did with his corpse at the end of the game. If you know the ending.
Yeah. Just give him a-
Yeah, they pass him around like a blunt.
He was one of my he was one of my secret Smash characters I always wanted that will never happen now.
Yeah, and they haven't revealed that. Like, wait, who?
That's why I wanted it. I wanted everyone to just go, who is that?
And his attack is spitting bubbles at his opponent.
Yeah. But I do still really like those, but that's all right.
Okay, listen. Mario Brothers 2, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's the first, even back then, I didn't like Mario Brothers 2. And it was just a dream! You guys are like really passive. My god, that's the stupidest ending ever. Oh my, like, that's like the worst cop-out in any video game or any movie. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just don't find Mario Brothers, it's not that fun. It's more frustrating. There's no two-player mode. I mean, yeah, I guess some pluses, like it's cool you can pick between the 4 characters. Luigi's my homeboy, by the way. Toad is a close second just because he can pick up fast.
Oh yeah.
It just generally doesn't feel like a Mario Brothers platformer. There's no fireballs. There's no it just don't work.
There's Koopa shells.
I don't find the bosses fun. I think Birdo is stupid. Yes, I said it. Birdo is stupid, and it's repetitive, and it's a very weak final boss in Wart. Wart! Really? A big frog named Wart? Come on, man. It just ain't Mario Brothers to me. And what the hell was Mario smoking to have a dream like that anyway? Couldn't he come up with a better dream, therefore a better game?
He was too busy playing Doki Doki Panic, and then
anyway, I feel like I just transformed into Cole. Okay, Mario Brothers 1. Mario Brothers 1 it still holds up. It will stand the test of time, but I feel like there are better versions of it. I feel like the sequels were better, but Mario Brothers 1 was the perfect starting point. It's the perfect one of the best Nintendo games ever, but I just couldn't fit it in my top 10 because I feel like there's others that improved on what Mario Brothers started. Simple as that.
Yeah, Mario teaches typing, of course, the best game in the series. I don't know that one.
No. Mario's missing, the best mystery story out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, fantastic game.
Yeah, I hated that. Oh my god. I guess while we're on that topic, I hated that game because it was like I was excited, like, yeah, I get to play as Luigi, and I'm just like,
and then you learned it's a shitty educational game.
Hey, Mario's time travel isn't that bad, all right? Time Machine, that wasn't too bad.
Okay, so we're gonna start the official countdown now. At number 10, Super Mario Brothers and the Lost Levels is number 10.
Why is it above the original? It doesn't make any sense.
Why is it on the list at all? Why is it on the list at all? This game is awful.
We will get to that because Guilty Party here.
No, listen.
Cole, just go ahead.
Why is it above the original? Can someone please explain who smoked enough to was like, let's put it above the original? Like, this game's bad. Let me tell you, dude, the level design is some of the most dish I've ever seen Nintendo do. Some of the levels, like, you have to, like, there's so many invisible blocks, too. They throw Hammer Brothers left and right. Oh, there's so many, like, you have to jump on Koopas in a precise way. And if you don't, you die, and then you gotta reset the whole world. Good luck, buddy. And it's like, oh, wow. And, I mean, the graphics, to give the game a little credit, the graphics are slightly better in this version on the disc system just because they had a slightly bigger amount of data, I think. Doesn't make the game good, though. The game's still I hate it. It's dumb, and it's hard, and I don't like it. And trying to get to World 9 in the Famicom version, good luck, buddy. You gotta play the game 7 damn times if you want to do that. Thank God the Lost Levels doesn't make you do that in the Super Nintendo version, because you just do it. And World 9 even sucks to begin with, so who even bothers with it? And then there's the letter to who cares about the letter worlds? No one cares about that. God, I don't like Lost Levels. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, I'm assuming it didn't make your top 10, Cole.
No, well, it was on the 10 until you said, "Don't Cole, move one down," and then I did, and now it's above Mario Brothers. Okay, I've said my piece.
Okay, go, Sean. Your thoughts.
It's not on my top 10 as well because I fucking hate Lost Levels. This game is terrible. I hate the level design. It is. I get that they wanted to make a slightly harder Mario game for the sequel, but the level design is some of the worst level design in any game ever. I hate the enemy placement, the Hammer Brothers, and oh my god, if the game wasn't enough, they have to throw in poisonous mushrooms around. It was just like to make your... Oh, I hate that. I hate the wind, the use of wind during some of those really cryptic sections. And let's just say Mario's control, because it's basically the same control of the first Mario Brothers game, does not work well with the game's level design. Oh, I can't even comprehend a sentence. That's how bad this game is. And the fact that you have to play the game how many goddamn times just to get to the secret world that is
Seven times in the Famicom.
And world to begin with, and not to mention how much of a pain in the ass it is to get extra lives in the game. You know how easy it was to get extra lives in the original Mario Brothers, and in Lost Levels, you have to do a really cryptic trick with the Koopa Shell in the first level of the game. That I hate Lost Levels. Screw this game. The fact that it's on this list and not the original Mario Brothers. Jay, you better explain yourself when we get to you.
Before we get to that, Nick, go ahead, because I have a feeling that you don't hate this game.
I don't hate it. I didn't put it on my top 10. I like the ideas of it. I don't know if I liked it that much either, though.
I like this game, but I don't know if I like it.
No,
You're having a
conflicting opinions. Nick.
You're having a bipolar reaction to this, Nick.
Yeah. Because that's kind of how I had it in my head. I'm like, I like that it was hard, but I don't like a lot of the ideas they came up with. I do hate the wind. I always have to say I hated the wind.
Oh
yeah.
But I liked that it was like a harder, different thing. It was always like a different idea. It reminded me a lot of like the second adventure in the original Zelda. Like, this is the harder, different, randomized version.
Zelda, I can give it more of a pass because at least the game.
Well, that's a good game. That's a good game, though. There's a difference. That's a good game.
I'm just the middle of the road guy on this one, so I don't hate it. I don't like it as much, so I don't really have much to say on this one.
Is it on your top 10?
It is not on my top 10.
Good boy.
This was in my top 10. I had it at number goddamn 4. What? Love this game. Yo, hold on a second. I got a phone call. Yeah, hello? Yeah, order some Pampers for these crybabies right now because it's too hard. Let's get them some Pampers.
My God.
This game, let me tell you something. Mario Brothers 1, even I could do that game in my goddamn sleep, okay? I played it over
Prove it! Do it in your sleep!
And finally, a much more challenging version came out, and I loved it. And even better, Luigi. This game was made for Luigi. The levels it was so much more fun playing these levels, figuring it out, because the first one is just a tad bit too easy. This was this felt like a journey. This felt like every world you beat felt like an accomplishment. I absolutely love the designs. I love the wind. I love the jumping on the springboards and just going and like, yes. I love that the Hammer Brothers are coming at you. It's just challenging and it's fun. And again, it just feels more like it's just a better and more challenging version of the original game. I think it's Mario Brothers but on steroids, and I love it.
It's a journey into the depths of hell.
I mean, if you're a masochist, sure, go for it, have fun. But oh man,
It's just I'm up for the challenge. I just feel like the first one, because of I played it so many times and the repetitiveness, it's just too easy at this point. Where Mario Bros. And Lost Level, it takes a lot more effort. You gotta be a lot more assertive. You gotta be better. Timing matters. I love it. I really do. And I don't mind the trial and error. Like, it's trial and error. Figure it out. Put your big boy pants on.
And this is the same guy who doesn't like the sailing in Wind Waker. Like, what the man?
It's number 10. It's not like it's at the very top. It's number 10.
But you ranked it that high on your list. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's 4 on your list. You're on my list personally of people that I'm gonna have to talk to later. All right,
That's all right. All right.
Next.
All right. At number 9, Super Mario 3D World.
All right.
Number 9. Wow, I had that.
First 3D Mario game cracked the list at number 9, and it's a more recent entries. Cole, what do you got on Super
I had this at number 5. I like this game a lot. I think it's really fun. I've always been kind of a sucker for like they take like the classic Mario formula, but they make it more 3D and expand. I really like the cat power up. I like the finding green stars. I think they put them in it felt completing the game worth it. Like, I had a lot of fun finding green stars all over the place. They put them in some pretty interesting locations. Like, you got to utilize your power-ups correctly. I think the level design in general is really strong. I like how they brought back the Mario 2 system of, like, characters have certain abilities. I thought that was really cool. They brought back Rosalina. I thought that was really cool because you got to play her in a platform.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the aesthetic of the game. I think all the worlds are really interesting. I love the fact that Bowser has, like, a whole, like, casino-looking city thing. I think that is genius. I also like how there's a really expansive post game where there's like you get a ton of extra levels to do, and it's worth it. I think the game in general is just really fun. I like the Captain Toad missions you do periodically. I think the soundtrack is fantastic. Level design is strong throughout. It's just a super solid game, and it's one of the few Mario games I've gone out of my way to 100% all the way.
Sean, go ahead.
Didn't quite make my list, unfortunately. It's an honorable mention for me, but that being said, I do think it's a very good game. I think it's a really well-designed game. I think the multiplayer is really strong here, especially compared to the previous Mario games. I feel like it's utilized very well in this game. I also like the cat suits. I think it's a nice addition and one of the better power-ups in recent years, because if there's one criticism I do have to the 3D Mario games is the rather hit-or-miss execution of power-ups. We'll get to that when we get to Galaxy. No, I do like this game. It's just there's other Mario games that I personally like more. I will say, love the music though. This is a top 10 soundtrack easily.
Yeah, I think generally all the games have good soundtracks.
Oh yeah, but this one, like, I really dig the soundtrack of this game. Also, Bowser having a casino, yeah, like, that's dope. that is a whole other level of awesome. I mean, yeah, sure, in Galaxy he was able to nearly conquer the world, but come on, now in this game, he's running a Vegas-style casino, like, that is 10 times cooler, in my opinion.
Also, he has the car. He has the Bowser car.
He has the Bowser car, too. So I do think it's a good game, a very good game. It just didn't quite make my list.
Nick, what do you got at Super Mario 3D World at cracking number 9?
All right, I had this one at number 4. This one's really up there for me. I really like the 3D games, and this one for me was like a good, just the way it works good with couch co-op. It goes really well from easy to challenging in this one. It starts off super easy in this one, and it has a lot of the similar things as the normal new Super Mario Bros. Games with like the letting younger people get into it with you. What the hell do you call it? The white suit if you die a bunch of times?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, the invincibility power-up. That one.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the invincibility power-up. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I like that. Just hating on it. I like that ability. Not that I use it personally. I like that it's there. So if you have like a young kid with you or something, you can let them use that as an option. I like that it's not forced upon you. But I like when you get further on that it actually does get challenging to get to the 100%. When you need the stamps and the 100% full flag runs up with the cat suits for all of it to get the full 100%. I really like this game.
Personally, I like this game a lot. I really do. But Nick, I gotta come at you. I hate the white cat suit after you die. I hate it. It's stupid. I don't know why Nintendo made that decision. But it doesn't knock the game completely, but I do have to peg the game a little bit for that. I played this game with some family members, younger family members, and I would tell them, don't get it, and they'd get it anyway, and I'd be like, come on, you're ruining the fun.
You're like Godzilla with Minya. You're like, you're gonna do this the right way.
So yeah, that's
Come on, 2-year-old slap in the head.
So that's the one thing I hate about it, but I like the Captain Toads. I like, kind of the competition. This game is really meant to be played as multiplayer. Like this, I will say this right here, right now. The one thing that hurts this game is it's really not that fun playing solo. That's just my opinion. But when you got a bunch of friends, 2, 3, 4 players, it's a lot of fun because then you compete for the crown. You compete to get to the flagpole first. There are some elements. So as a multiplayer game, this thrives. As a single player, not so much. I really love the Japanese samurai level. That was
love that.
Best Mario levels of all time. No cap. I really think that's one of the best Mario levels ever. But the game as a whole, it's good. I just feel like new Super Mario Brothers, those games are better as a multiplayer. I find those more fun. But Mario 3D World is definitely solid. I have no problem with it being at number 9. I just feel like it's just better played as multiplayer, not solo.
I feel like Jay's just biased because he's more of a dog person than a cat person.
You know what? I don't hate the cat suit. I think the cat suit's actually a fun ability. It's not my favorite ability. In fact, I do I will say that the meowing at the end of the levels can be a little annoying, but the ability just to climb, be able to climb walls and paw at your opponents, it's actually pretty cool. And Catsuit Bowser, awesome. I can't hate on that. Catsuit Bowser was an absolute blast to fight. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
At number 8, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island is number 8.
Only number 8?
Cole, go ahead.
I haven't really played this game all the way through, I'll be honest.
Cole, you're missing out.
Well, I know I am. Shush. I've only tested the game on my Super Nintendo Classic. That's how I've even touched it. I played about the first world, and I remember I liked it. I enjoyed what I played. I just haven't gone in and played it all the way through. That's the only reason it was not on my list. It's one of the games I'm going to get to eventually. It's on the bucket list. I just need to get around to it. There's just other stuff I'm doing. But I promise I'll get to it because I know it's like a super good game. I just need to get to it.
That's fair. Go ahead, Sean.
This was number 5 on my list. I adore Yoshi's Island. I think, first off, love the art style. This is one of the best looking Super Nintendo games. Love the music. I also really like the story of this game and how it's basically a prequel to the Mario franchise. Even if it's a little bit retconning some of the previous things that the lore set up, even though, plot has never been a strong point of the Mario franchise. I love Yoshi, and the fact that Yoshi is the main character of this game and you get to play as Yoshi is awesome. And many Yoshis, for that matter. And how we even get to see a young Bowser. That final boss fight with baby Bowser. Oh my god. One of the best final bosses in any video game ever. Also, the control of the game. Oh my god, this game controls so well. The level design is fantastic. It's fun. I think the game is just the right amount of challenge. Not too easy, not too hard. Some of the special stages, though, can be a little challenging, but I really like the game. I will admit, yes, Baby Mario's Crying does get a bit old, especially after hearing it for the bajillionth time because it is very easy to get hit by enemies. And, that cry sound effect, you did a good job, Nintendo, making me not want to have kids yet. So you did your work, Nintendo. A great level design, great control, decent challenge, and just a unique, overall unique game. I love Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I'm kind of bummed it's this low on the list because I have it at number 5 on my list.
Very well said. Nick, what are your thoughts on Yoshi's Island?
All right. Yeah, I did have this one at number 9, but that's only because it's just hard to rank these ones. I still like this one a lot as well. The art style I really like. I know all the Mario games are colorful, but I don't know. There's like an extra layer to this one, just kind of how it looks. It's like more of
FX chip, man.
Yeah,
FX chip.
and I always say, like, for someone who's playing this one, when you see it on first glance, you think of like the baby bits annoying, but I think it's actually a cool mechanic. Just always having to rescue them when you get hit. It's like always having the like the mushroom power up with you. You guys kind of already covered everything I would have said about this game.
Also, eggs, projectile eggs.
Yes. And the boss fights are cool, and it's not too difficult. I feel like the world itself gets a little more difficult with the bonus levels, but this one just kind of felt good to play near the end there. And this one, did this one come out more near the end of Super Nintendo?
No.
Yeah, this was like one of the later. Yeah, one of the later.
That's what I thought.
Right after Donkey Kong Country 2, right after.
Okay, that's right.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Okay, that's why I remember this one being like a harder one to find, because I remember playing this one after I had gotten N64 and like found it after and had to go back and play it.
Oh yeah, the Super Nintendo cartridge now, the original SNES cart, expensive.
Oh, I bet.
So, first and foremost, I want to thank this game because this is the game that made me get a vasectomy. Seriously. That being said, I love this game. This was number 7. I'm actually shocked it made the list. I thought I was going to be the only one ranking it. And it turns out that I wasn't the only one. So here's the thing. I just want to start off and say this. The games that followed this format, and I'm talking Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi's Crafted World, they don't come close to how great this game is. Not even close. This is by far the best of the Yoshi. And yes, to me, it's still a Mario game because you're carrying Mario. I guess it's canon. Even though they retconned it, it is canon. And it is called Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. So to me, it's a Mario. It feels like a Mario game to me. Not to mention Bowser, Shy Guy, so on and so forth. This game is so damn charming. Like I said, besides the crying, we already talked about that. Besides crying, the hand-drawn graphics are beautiful. The level design is amazing. The gameplay is smooth. The egg projectile mechanic is so much fun. Just solving some of the puzzles is challenging enough, but not too challenging. I love the fact that Yoshi's got his, the double jump with Yoshi, and of course the butt stomp. I love it. The bosses, the mini bosses in the mini castles and the main bosses in the main amazing. And yes, Sean already touched on it. It's possibly one of the best final boss fights ever. I'd have to say it's the best SNES final boss. I'll say that off the bat right there. So there's so much to love about this game. Cole, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to go back and see this.
It's so good. Cole, it's really so good.
And it's aged wonderfully. And I'm just kind of astonished that, like I said, the games that followed, the other Yoshi games that followed don't come close. And it baffles me. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers Yoshi's Island. I wish it had 2-player mode, but it's okay. I love it enough, and I feel like you could still play this with friends, pass the controller around, back and forth. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm happy it made the list.
All I'm saying though, Cole, is even though it's great, it'll make you never want to have kids.
That's good.
All right, at number 7, Super Mario Odyssey, number 7. Cole, go ahead.
I haven't played it yet. I know I'm slacking on it. I've been too high on my Breath of the Wild and Link's Awakening binge. I know. I'm too much of a Zelda geek. I'm sorry. And I'm making a bad impression on this list for 2 games I haven't really played.
It's okay. It's okay. You already tore Lost Levels to shreds. So
That's true.
Fine.
That's true. I did tear that game because it deserves to be.
And to be fair, it's still pretty new. So
it is new.
Odyssey is new. I keep saying I'm gonna get it, and I just don't get it. I know it's it looks fantastic. It looks so much fun. The cap gimmick looks so awesome. The levels look so fun to traverse. I love how open world the game looks. I just need to play it. That's all I need to do. I just need to play it. But the game looks great, no doubt. Is it because I think the game looks like trash? It doesn't. It looks amazing. I just need to play it. So
fair enough.
That's where it is.
Go ahead, Sean.
Odyssey is number 7 on my list. I think it's an amazing game. We'll say I will say the game is a bit on the easy side. You know, I do like a little more challenge in a Mario game. That being said, the level design is fantastic. Love how open world the game is. Visually, it is the best looking Mario game to date, in my opinion. Also, it pretty much is the closest thing to a Super Mario Galaxy 3, if you really think about it. Especially with how, like, the cap gimmick, which, by the way, love the cap gimmick. I love the nice little Easter eggs that are throwbacks to classic Mario games. It's utilized very well, especially when you turn into classic 2D Mario in certain sections of the game. I love that. Music's great. Some cool boss fights. What else is there to say? It's been acclaimed, and it deserves that acclaim. Now, do I think it's the best 3D Mario game? Personally, no. There are other 3D Mario games I do like more than Odyssey, but I still will not deny Odyssey is an excellent game, and you should play it.
Well said. Nick, what do you got on Super Mario Odyssey?
All right, I had this one at number 5. This one is really up there for me. I know saying number 5 is, but you know what I mean. Something cool about this game, I really like the hat mechanic taking over things. The fact that they all get the sweet little mustache, the T-Rex, like the the fire hydrant thing. And there is some challenge in this game, and that is in doing the jump rope star.
Oh, yes.
That's the only big challenge. I mean, even the Moon World wasn't anything compared to the jump rope star.
Right.
I remember sitting there forever trying to do that. And you're mentioning like the 2D levels. I think my favorite one of that is when you're going through in New Donk City with Pauline singing the song as you're going through like all the Donkey Kong stuff as you work your way up.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Oh, yeah, Pauline's in this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is she the mayor? Or
Yep, she's the mayor.
Okay. I don't know if there's like some weird ship thing going on with her and Donkey. I don't know. I don't want.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. But overall, the fact that like all the sandbox worlds reminds me a lot of like 64.
Oh, yeah.
And like just that it's all these little itty-bitty sandbox worlds like you kind of go through and get all the stars. Overall, most of the levels are pretty easy. They're just a lot of fun, very different. It's fun to go exploring in. All the little outfits, his sombrero outfit and the tuxedo outfit when you get all the different moons. I keep wanting to say stars, but
Beach
moons.
outfit. And
Yeah.
the swim trunks.
And the 64 outfit in the world there. Yeah, I really like this game though. It's definitely a must play, and it's not old yet because hasn't been a new Mario yet since that one, unless you count the 3D World add-on thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was just a remake of an older game. That came out like 3 or 4 years prior. Anyway.
Yeah. That was just
Bowser's Fury is really good though.
So Nick, I'm with you. I had this at number 5. I absolutely adore this game. It is hella fun. I understand the complaints that it's too easy, but you want a wee bit of a challenge, try to complete it and get all the moons at every level. Then it's more of a challenge. But I do say it's among all the 3D Marios, it's easiest one. But there's enough unique mechanics there. To me, one of the greatest Mario moments ever is throwing the cap at Bowser at the end of the game, playing as Bowser. Oh God, I loved it. Playing as the Mario possessing Bowser was probably one of these most joyous moments in my entire existence playing Mario. It really was, because that was a very satisfying conclusion.
See, giant turtles can be cool, Jay.
Yeah, and also, you know, possessing like the Hammer Brothers. I love the food world. I thought was really cool. But New Donk City is where it's at. If I have any problems with the game, it's not so much the game itself. It's more so the story. Pauline was basically Mario's first girlfriend before Princess Peach. The fact that you go to New Donk City and the first thing you see in the rain, and then Pauline's just like, "Oh yeah, those monsters have taken over the electricity." She doesn't even acknowledge, like, "Oh Mario, it's been so many years. How, like, you two had a thing, right?" Or I don't know. Am I missing something?
I just think Nintendo just wanted to throw it as an Easter egg, and that's it.
I just thought it was just weird that Pauline didn't even acknowledge, like, "Oh my God, Mario, it's been so many years. How have you been?" Either Nintendo just didn't want to acknowledge it, or they had a really bad breakup, or Mario's just a boy.
I mean, she technically came back with
Donkey
the
Kong
Mario
versus
versus
Mario.
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
Yeah,
Versus
right.
Donkey Kong.
1994.
That's when she technically came back. Yes.
Yeah, but still, that was 20 years. Well, who knows how it is to the canon story. But
Maybe they kept
Mario
in touch.
Mario versus Donkey Kong 2 was like late 2000s, I think.
yeah,
Maybe-
but no, but
wasn't
I'm
that
talking about like Donkey Kong on Game Boy, 1994.
Oh, Game Boy. Okay.
Maybe they kept in touch on social media. I don't know.
I
Pen
don't
pals.
know. I
Facebook
just feel like
friends.
it was just weird that they kind of brushed it over. I felt like they should have, but that's okay. I love the whole New Donk City level. That was definitely especially that 2D section. That was definitely a lot of fun. I like the fact that this game, even though it's easy, at least there's some unique bosses. You know, something that Mario 64 was sorely missing. By the way, I personally had this over Mario 64, which we will get to. That was a hard decision, but I like Mario Odyssey more than Mario 64. But
Yeah, same.
that being said, it's a fantastic 3D Mario, and if you want my humble opinion, I think it is the best 3D Mario. I love it that much. There's something about Cappy, something about that level design. It just works, and honestly, I plan on going back to it, and I feel like I'll probably go back to it for years to come. At number 6, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Number 6. Wow,
Oh,
didn't even reach the top 5. Oh my god.
Oh, here we go.
Thanks in the
listen.
cage.
You know what? Leave me quiet, Mr. Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels man's like number 4. Listen, all right, this game. I'm a Mario Galaxy like fanboy. I love these games like to pieces. Like, Galaxy 2, I don't think is as strong as the first game. There's just certain things I prefer in Galaxy 1. But that being said, I love Galaxy 2 to pieces, though. It still has that strong level design. I love the Galaxy gimmick. I love spinning around with the star. I love just... It's kind of linear level design, but they make it work, though. Like, you're constantly going to different planets. The gameplay is constantly changing. I think there are certain things in this game that I don't really care for the Mario ship, like it's your hub. I thought the observatory in the first game is a way better hub. The map system, I wasn't a big fan of. I liked how they set it up where you had choices on planet. Like, you can still kind of do that, but that's only if the path branches. I'm not a big fan of that. But the actual levels are super fun. I love playing the level design is strong throughout the entire game. It's also another Mario game I'll 50% it, because going after those green stars, no thank you. I'll never do that again. Never ever am I doing that again. That was the most tedious, obnoxious quest I've ever done. Like, oh, listen to the blinker, and there's the green star. Let me do that for about 6 hours. No, I'm not doing that ever again. That was miserable. But game was great. Love it to death. One of my favorites. It's number 2 on my list. Ow! I just slammed my finger on my table. Yeah,
He's getting that passionate.
I'm that passionate about Galaxy 2. And also, Bowser Goes Kaiju. That's dope.
Yep, he does.
Also, soundtrack is beautiful.
Well said. I'm not gonna knock you for that, and I'm surprised your reaction was rather tame. Go ahead,
no,
Sean.
you made me lose it at Lost Levels. So
Oh, we ain't done yet, Cole. We ain't done yet. But go ahead, Sean.
No.
We ain't done yet, but go ahead, Sean.
This was number 6 on my list. I think Super Mario Galaxy. Like you, Cole, I love the Galaxy games. Those are my ideal 3D Mario games. I think Galaxy 2 is really well designed. I think you mentioned the music. Oh man, the music is amazing. Bowser, kaiju-sized Bowser, love it. I will say though, it is number 6 because I do have some complaints with the game. I do not like the hub world. I hate Patrick Star in this game. I think Rosalina kind of got the shaft in this game, which is unfortunate because I loved her in the first Galaxy. I actually think the first Galaxy actually has a surprisingly decent narrative, and then here, they pretty much just ditched all of that and kind of just, which is a little unfortunate. I hate the green stars. The green stars are not fun. It kind of does not make me want to 100% the game, because it's not rewarding at all. That being said though, I still think that the level design is top notch. I think the boss fights are great. I think the challenge is fairly strong here. And ultimately, I still think it's a really, really fun game. Is it lacking perhaps the originality of the first Galaxy? Sure. That being said, I still think it's a really well-designed and strong sequel, and definitely should be played.
Well said. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, I didn't have this on my list for the one reason is this is the only Mario game I've not been able to play. I played Mario Galaxy 1 and loved it, and I have no way to play Galaxy 2.
I will say this. I have Galaxy 2 on the Wii U as a down from the eShop.
So maybe I need to get a Wii.
In all fairness, the original Wii copy nowadays is expensive.
Wait,
Yeah,
how
it's only
expensive
$20.
is it?
It's only $20 to download. If you have a Wii U, you can download it on the Wii U for $20.
Oh, I was just going to say, I got the 35th anniversary collection. You know, replaying through all those games. I've played every Mario game except this one.
Okay, Nick, in your defense, it is criminal. I think Nintendo screwed the pooch on this one. It's criminal that they didn't include Galaxy 2 in Mario 3D All-Stars. I think it's criminal. It's like
I didn't get it.
Wait. $189 on Amazon.
Wow.
What?
If it was on 3D All Stars, it would be like next to nothing. But since it's not, Nintendo screwed the pooch. Like,
And a used copy is $69.
I'm baffled. This is just stupid on Nintendo. It really is. Okay, so here's my thing on Galaxy 2. I was gonna put both Galaxy games on my list. That being said, I managed to put Galaxy 2 on my list at number 9. It's not the best 3D Mario game. I think, to me, this is going to be a cheap way to put it. I think what makes this, I put this over Galaxy 1. I think a small part of it is because it's harder to find and it's more of a gem. 2, Yoshi!
Oh yeah,
Yoshi!
Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi was.
Not in
Oh
one.
yeah, and Yoshi's great in this game.
Yes! And okay, fun fact, because I pay attention to a lot of those normal boots, did you know gaming shit. Yoshi was supposed to be in Galaxy 1. For whatever reason, they cut him from the game for whatever reason. I don't know if there was a time crunch or what. Therefore, he managed to squeeze into number 2. And I just feel like, man, there's the Yoshi games and Yoshi's Island, this and that. But I felt like it's been forever since we had a Mario we haven't had Mario and Yoshi in a 3D game. So that was really, really awesome. Yeah, Yoshi was in the new Super Mario Brothers games, but those are 2D. I'm talking 3D Mario. It was really, really cool to add Yoshi in there. And I think he really adds that exclamation point. Therefore, that's why I put Galaxy 2 on my list, not Galaxy 1. And I think placing that number 6 is fair. I'm not going to get mad at it.
I will say one last thing. What's great about Yoshi in Galaxy 2 is that, it is a big risk bringing Yoshi into the 3. Where, there was that Easter egg in Super Mario 64, but here's the thing. You're
I have
playing.
to go now. My planet needs me, Yoshi.
Yeah, now you're playing as Yoshi in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and he controls great.
It feels good. Thank you, Sean.
And they utilized his powers really well. His jumping ability and his tongue. His tongue. Oh my god, his tongue.
Oh yeah. Bro, they put Yoshi front and center on the cover. They know he was going to be the big selling thing.
Oh
They
yeah.
knew.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah, so good on Nintendo for doing that.
At number 5, Super Mario 64 is at number 5. Go ahead, Cole.
Okay. Mario 64, instant classic. One of the most revolutionary games next to the original. It literally pioneered 3D platforming. No question. I originally played this on the DS back in the day, and I didn't care for that version. However, once I got a proper Nintendo 64 and I got an actual decent controller, the game got way better. I can actually control Mario. Because, oh my god, trying to play that game with a D-pad is impossible for me. I can't play that with a D-pad. What's been said that hasn't... Okay, the game has aged. It's, in certain cases, really bad over the years. The camera system has not aged very well. Some of the control is a little jank. Sometimes you'll, instead of just doing a complete 90, you'll, run around, and that gets really annoying on tight platforms.
Some of the level design for the most part is very strong, although I never cared for. It's the one where you find Bowser's sub. That level I think sucks. I never cared for that.
Oh,
one.
Dire Docks?
I never cared for Dire Docks. I never.
I like Dire Docks.
The level's just a bunch of water and you just swim in a straight line.
But the music, man, the music.
The music's good, but it's in like 4 other levels, so it's fine. And okay, and you want to know one thing? While the music's great, in the latter half of the game, they play the same track in like 7 levels, and it gets annoying after a certain point. And Rainbow Ride also sucked because that level's just standing on a rainbow. You stand on the Aladdin carpet for 5 minutes doing nothing, and then if you fall off the carpet, good luck, Bucko. You're back to the start. And oh my god, that level is annoying, and I hate that one. But there are really good levels. Every single Bowser level is solid throughout. I love every single Bowser level. Those are great. I actually really like the Bowser fights, especially the last one because he's not a pushover in that one. And you actually have to.
So long, Bowser.
Oh,
they took that out in 3D All Star.
Yeah, because it was the
I'm not making it up.
Shindo version.
3D All Star, they took it out.
Yeah.
Because the Shindo version sucks, and they took it out. And you can't even do backwards long jumps in that one because they suck. What has been said that hasn't been said? Game's fantastic. I still think it's a very fun game. I wouldn't recommend 100%ing that one though, especially when you have to do 100 coin missions. Those are not fun. But in general though, still really fun game. This was number 5 on my list. So yeah, super fun still. And I would definitely recommend, especially if you're just wanting to get into Mario, you gotta check out 64 at some point. It's just one of those games you gotta try.
All right, very well said, Cole. I'm at the same level with you. There's some we kind of agree on. Go ahead, Sean.
This was number 9 on my list. I think Super Mario 64 is a very good. Hear me out. Super Mario 64 is a very good game. I still think, and let me just say, this game is revolutionary. Like, people talk about how revolutionary Ocarina of Time is. Dudes, Mario 64 though, like. That was a huge leap to 3D, and let's just say, it did it really, really well. Some of the level design is really, really strong. Love the music. I got no complaints with the music. I love Dire Docks. That is like the best underwater theme in any of the Mario games. The Bowser fights are great. I think there's a nice variety in terms of the level selection. Controls, for the most part, are pretty good. That being said, it's number 9 for quite a few reasons. I hate the camera controls. They have aged like crap. Some of the level design is shit. I hate Rainbow Road. I hate the clock tower.
Thank you! I was waiting for someone to say it. I hate that stupid clock.
I hate that. I hate the clock tower level so much. It is awful. I also think that the game is pretty weak in terms of boss fights. There's not outside the Bowser fights. I think the boss fights in this game are actually pretty lame and not very well designed. I know it's experimental. That being said, I think flying controls can also be a little wonky. I think that's also a bit of a pain in the ass. Even though I like the flying theme, but let's just say the wing cap does not control as well as, say, the flying ability in Super Mario Galaxy. And I will say, I do think that, even though I love the music, I do agree that sometimes some tracks get a little too overused. In fact, some of my more favorite tracks in the game are kind of the more obscure ones. Like, I love the Underground Cavern music. I really like that one. And like I said, the water theme, fantastic. The Bowser's Road theme music is amazing. And also, not a lot of people talk about the Bowser boss fight music. Both the regular one...
Yes!
And then the final boss music.
Oh, that was so perfect.
Yeah, that stuff is great. There's also, kind of say, even though this game's rated E for everyone, there's kind of some really creepy stuff in this game. The piano with the teeth, the giant eel Anagi. And also, Cole, you didn't mention this. In the Dire Docks level where Bowser's submarine is, after a certain point, there's that giant hole in the wall, and if you go near it, it sucks you in. You have no idea what's inside that hole. Like, what's in there? Like, I want to know what's in there.
I'm sorry. I got a dirty mind. I'm sorry.
Zip it. Also, I think the what's that one level where it's like it's like a water level, but there's also like that abandoned underground city?
Oh.
wet, dry world? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
like there's just something kind of eerie about that. Like the game has really, really good atmosphere. So like that's something I really have to give Mario 64. So long story short, I do think the game has aged a bit, but I still think it's a very good game, and I still think it is worth playing.
I just want to. You mentioned the wing cap. That is, if there's a power up, I hope never comes back in the way it was. That wing cap sucks. You know how impossible it is to do one of those special
here we
stages
go.
with the red coins, and you're trying to move.
Yes.
You just slightly move the joystick, and then Mario's like, "Woo!" Like going in a freaking wave. Like it's impossible to control. Oh my god, that's one of the. Oh my god, I want to throw my N64 controller every time I move the wing cap.
Oh, I will say this. I hate the coin missions. I hate them. I hate both the 100 coin missions and the red coin missions. They are terrible.
Yes.
And why Nintendo keeps bringing them back, I don't know.
Nick, what do you got at Super
right.
Mario 64 at number 5?
All right, I had that at number 6 on my list, and I know graphics have aged and the controls have definitely aged. I do remember the first time seeing it though at like N64 kiosk at Target. And I look at the graphics and I'm like, compare that to like a PlayStation graphics at the time because I was a Nintendo kid. I'm like, this is what the future of graphics will be. Obviously, things are a lot different now, but I remember then seeing it. Mario's stupid polygon hat. Like, this is the future.
Here we go!
The bosses are, like, looking back on it now, the bosses are very similar. They all revolve around, because you've got the King Babam and the brick guy that all revolve around you just running in a circle really quick, stomp, or just grab and throw. And that's pretty much it. I do like the variation in the worlds, and it was challenging to get the 120 stars. Although it's a lot harder. I feel like it's harder now just because we're used to good controls now. There's something about I feel like I was used to crappy controls and I can't do the 120 the same now that I used to be able to. And I swear at the time I used to hold the N64 controller like this. And I didn't know you're supposed to hold it like two hands like this, so I somehow played it hard mode, I guess.
You gave it the Lost Levels treatment.
Yeah, I gave it the Lost Levels treatment. I do like some of the weird ideas they had, like the racing a penguin or the Koopa Troopa.
Yeah.
Just some of like the little ideas they had with the stars, just little mini games, difference and variation there. Would it be like the rabbit? You had to catch the rabbit, and I do always wish there was more to it. Like,
oh, I hate the rabbit catching.
yeah, just running around forever trying to catch him.
In that tiny ass little section of the game in the castle.
And you move the stick just a little bit wrong. Oh no, now he's just around the corner somewhere else.
I'll give this though. Peach's Castle is a decent overworld. I'll give the game that.
Yeah,
it's something for everyone to look into. Is really cool thing nowadays is the games done quick. Look up like Mario 64 things of them like bugging out and doing weird stuffs in the game.
Yeah,
see like all the weird breaks in the game coding and stuff.
Speedruns are insane for Mario 64. They are
also trying to go up the infinity stairs.
Yeah,
they break it.
Yeah.
I've done it. I know how to do that trick.
Also, the infinity stairs music is terrifying.
So I actually had this at number 6 on my list. Again, I think Odyssey's better. As someone born in the 80s who grew up in the 90s, seeing Super Mario 64 for the first time ever was one of the most astonishing things I ever seen in my life. I'd say seeing Donkey Kong Country back in 1994 for the first time put me in awe. I think 64 put it even higher. Like seeing Mario in 3D, hearing Mario. Now, yes, I played Mario Teaches Typing, but hearing Mario talk in that game, there's something about hearing Mario talk in Super Mario 64 for the first time, and the way the game moved, the way it controlled, and just seeing it was mesmerizing for the first time. Looking back at it, it has aged, and now it's just like, ooh, like Buzz, your girlfriend, woof. Like that's how the game looks now. But it still plays pretty damn good, and I still have this above a lot of other Mario games. But I hate TikTok Clock. I hate Rainbow Ride. I wish there were more, but trust me, I love Metal Mario, and I love the Metal Mario music. But yeah. But anyway, I wish there were more abilities. The caps are cool, but I wish they had more classic. I wish they threw in some classic abilities because, you know, the wall jumping and jumping on and the butt slams. It only gets so fun. And another thing that bothers me too is when you complete the game, other than seeing Yoshi on the rooftop and giving you 100 lives, there's really no incentive for getting all the stars. That doesn't change the ending. It doesn't add anything. It's just like, yeah, you completed, you got all 120 stars. It doesn't change anything. Most games that follow, even in the Nintendo 64 years, like for example, like in Donkey Kong 64, if you got all the bananas plus the 201st banana, like there was an extra ending, you know. Mario 64 just doesn't do that. I just wish there was an incentive for getting everything. And yeah, I think I love the Bowser fights, but come on. I wish it was a little harder, and I wish there was more bosses and more various bosses. I wish that each Bowser fight was different, but they're all the same for the most part. I mean, other than like in the second one where the ground flips if he jumps, and of course in the third one you have to do it 3 times, and the third time you gotta throw them further away because the half the base disappears. And yeah, I love that first Bowser music, by the way. And the other thing I'm going to say too that I feel like his age, and I'm surprised none of you guys brought it up, and I feel like Mario Odyssey perfected it, was getting the star and then jumping back into the painting. I don't like that. I mean, at the time, I didn't think anything of it, but I don't like starting the level over and jumping back in. I like what Mario Odyssey did, where you found the moon and you kept going, go find the other ones, keep going. Doesn't kick you out of the world. I didn't think of anything back in 1996, but looking back at it, it's frustrating. Especially on shit like Rainbow Road or TikTok Clock, where you don't want to go back to the beginning. Oh, and by the way, those penguins. I love throwing the penguin off the cliff.
Penguins and turtles are Jay's 2 least favorite animals.
I love penguins, but Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64 made me hate penguins.
Well, it doesn't help that the penguins make those annoying noises in the game. Yeah. Ugh.
What about snowmen with brooms?
Yeah.
All right.
In a circle.
I will say this. I think in terms of N64 games, I think Ocarina of Time holds up better than Mario 64.
Yeah. But Mario 64, some of the platforming can be a lot of fun. It's a solid game. It's a great starting point for 3D Mario, but man, compared to Odyssey, I just feel like Odyssey perfected 3D Mario. That's at the end of the day, it was great when it came out. I was in awe. I was blown away, but it's aged, and there are games coming up on this list that have aged better. So that being said, here we go. Get it down to the nitty gritty. At number 4, Super Mario Galaxy.
No. You're pulling my leg. It's not number 4. It's not number. Is it really number 4? It's not. It's Majora's Mask all over again. No.
Hey, Majora's Mask is number 5. This is number 4.
I swear to God, I swear, if Sunshine is actually here and it's on, I'm leaving. I'm leaving if Sunshine's over this game.
Come on, guys.
This game is perfection.
Honestly, God, do you really think we're gonna put Sunshine above Galaxy? Just saying.
You never know. You like screwing me over. I don't know.
I don't know, Jay. You put Lost Levels at number 4 on your list, so.
Oh what, man? All right, go
Galaxy,
ahead.
This game is like a peak game material right here. This game left an impression on me when I was young. Like that opening sequence, mwah, beautiful. Bowser starts a flame of the Mushroom Kingdom, takes the entire like Peach's castle into the sky, and then Mario gets flown into space, and then like you're flying around, and oh my god, it's like the best video game opening I've ever seen. And then the rest of the game is just as fun. You have an awesome overworld. Yeah, it could be a little like empty because there's not a lot of NPCs or anything, but it's such a cool visual. There's like, and everywhere you go, like you have multiple planets to explore, and yeah, there is the boot out system, but at least in this game's case, every star is different. You only visit maybe very select areas, and then everything else is completely different. Galaxy, like they constantly change up the variety and the level design. Every state or like galaxy is different in some way, and I love that. The only real things that I never exactly cared for in this game were the ball levels. I never really cared for, even though there's only like 2 in the whole game, I never cared for them really. Like they're fine, but they're not my ideal thing. The music, absolutely amazing. The music is one of the best sound. My favorite Mario soundtrack, one of my favorite video game soundtracks. It is so good. Like it makes every level feel grand and epic, and the Bowser levels are so fun. Like certain levels where you're like flying through armadas and stuff. Like, oh my god, those are so fun. The Bowser fights are really cool, where he's like doing like flying in the air, land on this core. And the final battle. The final battle is, oh my god, it makes me just jump up for joy. Where like there's like a huge sun, and then like you're in the middle of it. Like it's like the most climactic thing ever. And then just in general, like solid level. I like how the game goes from linear levels and more open levels. Like there's a little bit of variety in between that, and I really appreciate that. If there is one small complaint, I think the power-ups could have been utilized a little better. There are some cool power-ups, but some of them needed to be, like the flying power-up. That is only used in the hub world and like one level. That's it. Everything else, it's not using anything else. And that's a huge missed opportunity. And that same problems with Galaxy 2, but I think Galaxy 2 did it a little better with the power-ups. They were utilized more.
Yeah, I agree to that. So real quick, before we get to you, Sean, I have one question because I'm just curious, just for my own personal benefit. Gun to your head, Cole. Majora's Mask or Mario Galaxy?
Majora's Mask.
Okay.
No question. Majora's Mask is like top 5 right there. Like
okay, fair enough.
So
I was just
Galaxy's in the top 10 though. Galaxy's in top 10 tier.
But to be fair,
fantastic.
Like I said, Majora's Mask was number 5. This one, Mario Galaxy's number 4. So
it's still not number 1. It's still not number 1, Jay. It's still not number 1.
You went up a peg. All right, be happy. You went up a peg. Go ahead, Sean.
Super Mario Galaxy is a better game than Majora's Mask, Cole.
No, it's not. Shut up, Sean.
Ooh, them some fighting words.
I love Super Mario Galaxy. This is my number 2. I adore this game. This is a top 5 game for me. I have to agree with Cole. Right from the opening of the game, you know you're in for a wild ride. First off, this is one of the few main series Mario games that I actually think has a pretty good story. Rosalina is a great character, and honestly, probably the most well-developed character in the entire Mario franchise. Also, this is one of the few times I actually think Bowser's a genuine threat because, wow, he does some pretty, actually cool stuff in this game. I love the hub world. I love the controls. I have to say this. Motion controls are usually not my thing. This game, however, I thought did a fantastic job. The level design is superb. Each galaxy is completely unique from one another. The graphics, even today, this game looks gorgeous. The music is phenomenal. So good. I will say, my only complaint with the game really is I do think that the power-ups are a little lacking. I will say the best power-up, though, I think that the game does a decent job implementing the Fire Flower. And also, I just want to say that this game also has a very rewarding 100% reward, because what happens when you 100% the game? You get to play as Luigi. And not only that, Luigi is designed differently, and honestly, I think Luigi is even a little better than Mario in this game with how he controls. Also, come on, seeing Luigi try to act all tough like a badass against Bowser, like, come on, that's dope. Also, I love the star powers that you're given in this game. The spin attack, one of the best attacks in any Mario game ever. Honestly, Like, I do not miss the punches and kicks of Mario 64. Like, the spin attack is, it's majestic. So that being said, great controls, great level design, just all around fun. A consistently good challenge. I adore Super Mario Galaxy. It is my number 2.
Very well said. So that's basically, you're saying it's the best 3D Mario game?
This, in my opinion, is the best 3D Mario game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Nick, what do you got on Super Mario Galaxy at number 4?
No, I do like it. I didn't have it on my list because it got edged out by ones that aren't even honorable mentions.
Okay, dude. It's okay. I got your back on this.
I do like the game, but I mean, I had some on here that weren't even others, so it's all good. I don't know. I can't say there's nothing else I can cover that you guys didn't already cover. I do like the whole spin attack. I like Rosalina, the introduction of her. This, I think, is my favorite Wii one. No, I had a hard time picking with this one. This one was my in between 10 and 11, between 3D Land and Mario Galaxy, and I really like 3D Land.
Come on, come on! Did Bowser survive? You're telling me that Bowser getting thrown into the sun and surviving isn't the coolest shit you've ever seen?
No, it is really cool.
3D Land has a better climax where Bowser falls in the lava for the 15th millionth goddamn time.
He survives getting thrown into the sun in Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, that's badass.
I went with gameplay over story on that. I like the gameplay in 3D Land better.
Yep.
You're wrong.
There's a controller, and there's me doing this.
Come on, the motion
We do that in select instances.
That's
You don't do this the whole game.
I gotta
This is
say-
not Unleashed where I look like an idiot.
the motion controls in Super Mario Galaxy are fantastic, and honestly, it's one of the few instances where I actually love motion controls. Listen, Nick, I hate motion controls too, but Mario Galaxy I thought did it fairly well.
They're barely intrusive. You only use it to shake when you need Mario to spin and when you point at stuff. Only other exception is when you're using the ball. That's about
And when you spin, it actually feels good. When you smack an enemy, it feels like, you smack the shit
All right,
out.
I had enough. Stop attacking Nick. I'm with Nick on this. This did not make my top 10 because I'm not putting 2 Galaxy games on my top 10. I chose Galaxy 2 over Galaxy 1. Okay? So listen. It's great, but it's not the best 3D Mario. It's not even the best Mario Galaxy game, okay? And the power-ups could have been better. It doesn't have Yoshi. So, boom. I'm sick of you guys gaining up on Nick like that, all right?
It's your turn now. It's your turn, Jay. Do you want to start? Jay?
I said my piece. It did not make my list because I wasn't going to force 2 Mario Galaxies on my top 10. I didn't even force. I love New Super Mario Brothers, but I didn't want to put New Super Mario Brothers and New Super Mario Brothers U. I chose U over New Super Mario. I wasn't going to put 2 of the same game in the top 10. I chose Galaxy 2 over Galaxy 1. And that's just how I feel, because I feel like I didn't want to just clog my list with similar games. Another reason why I don't have Mario Brothers and Mario Brothers and Lost Levels, I chose Mario Brothers and the Lost Levels over Mario Brothers. Okay, so I had to choose one over the other, and I chose Galaxy 2, and Galaxy 2 was number 9. Therefore, I didn't have Galaxy at number 10. So Galaxy didn't crack my list. I see where you guys are coming from, guys. I see your passion here, but at the end of the day, it's not the best 3D Mario. It's not the best Galaxy, and yeah, it's a great game, but there's so many goddamn Mario games. It's like choosing between my kids. We could have.
Look what you two did to Sean.
We could have done a top 20 list easy, and that would have been easy. Narrowed it down to 10. It was a challenge.
Does Mario Galaxy have a pumpkin zone like Mario Land 2? I don't think so.
No one asked.
I'm convinced.
This is the Young Bucks.
I'm just saying. I'm convinced that this whole top 10 was just for Jay and Nick to get.
Jay just wants to spite me. I swear.
Honestly, I had Galaxy 2 in there. Give me a break.
No! Listen, you screwed me over with Majora's Mask, Link's Awakening.
I screwed you over? This is a collective list! This is the collective
No! You did a combined effort. You did combined effort. Yeah, sure.
Look at Jay. No. Look at Jay and Nick here putting Lost Levels on their list, but Mario Galaxy.
I didn't
that
have
shit
Lost
out.
Levels.
Yeah, a quality game? Who needs that? Game? Let's put that on
What?
the list.
Hold on. Both Galaxy games are above Lost Levels. Chill.
Wait.
You got Galaxy 2 at 6 and Galaxy 1 at 4. Like, 2 of the Galaxy games took up the top 10, and they're ranked pretty decently high. So,
hey Jay, while we're at it, Godzilla vs. Hedorah is a good movie.
No, Sean. No, it's
no,
not.
it's not.
No, it's not.
Stop.
Next.
All right, I said my piece.
I know.
It's I have nothing bad to say about the game, other than maybe the power-ups could have been better. I feel like Galaxy 2 was better, and I'm guilty party here. Yoshi is what put it over the top for me. All right, I'm sorry. If Yoshi was in Galaxy 1, I probably would have put Galaxy 1. Yoshi was the difference maker for me.
But Luigi, man, he plays Luigi.
And yes, you made a fair point there. I like the fact that, you said it, that there's an incentive for completing the game. I wish Mario 64 had that, but you gotta understand it. Mario 64 broke way more new ground than Galaxy did.
I just want to say, I feel like the reason they included Luigi is because Super Mario Sunshine had the lamest reward for getting 100% shine sprites in that game. You get to enjoy your vacation at the end of the game.
Just for the record, Sunshine is booty sauce, and guess what? Did not make the list.
Good.
Sunshine's a good game. It's just flawed.
No,
it's a fine game until you want 100% it. That's when the game falls apart.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, I understand that you're mistaking it for Lost Levels. I understand, Jay. Like, I get it.
Listen, at least Mario Levels, you're playing a game. In Sunshine, you're just cleaning messes up. There's no fun in that. It's not fun. It's not fun, and I don't like how it controls. No, and even the story is stupid. Just saying, Mario Sunshine's booty sauce. I'm sorry, I never played it on the GameCube, but I played it on the Mario 3D All-Star, and I was like, oh my god, no wonder I didn't play this game. I didn't miss anything. I hate Mario Sunshine, and it didn't make our top 10 list. It didn't even make honorable mentions. What does that tell you, okay? As a collective, the game is booty sauce. At number 3, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars is number 3 on the NerdCage and Friends list. Go ahead, Cole.
Beautiful.
Haven't played it. I haven't played it yet. Listen, I'm behind.
Dude, you played the least amount of games on this list, and you're gonna get on me about Galaxy?
Yes, because you have bad taste.
In all seriousness, Cole, listen to me. Are you a big fan of turn-based RPGs or Final Fantasy?
No, I am. I'm a huge Final Fantasy guy. I love Final Fantasy.
Gotta give Mario RPG.
Oh, that's
I know it's made by Square. I know it's made by
Yeah.
Square. I just haven't gotten around to it. I know it's on the. It's there. I know.
Get it?
I should play it.
You have to
It's
invest
good.
in it. Okay, fair enough.
I know. I'm gonna play it at some point. I hear
Okay.
it's fun because I really like the Mario and Luigi RPGs. I really liked those too. So
I think RPG
this game,
better.
because Mario
Jay.
RPG is a more traditional RPG.
Jay, I'll back you
and
up
I want
on-
to play it.
I adore Super Mario RPG. Also, I'm gonna flex. I own the Super Nintendo cartridge.
I did. I wish I still did.
It made my wallet cry, but it was worth it. This is number 4 on my list because, first off, this is the best storytelling in any Mario game. This has a really, really good story. I love that it starts with the traditional Mario, rescuing Princess Peach and Bowser, and then it just goes completely off the wall and turns into basically Mario a la Final Fantasy, which, by the way, this game was made by Squaresoft, so...
Only one.
Only one. It's the only Mario game.
one.
And
This
listen,
was a rare instance in video game history where Nintendo and Squaresoft teamed up. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sean, but what the beauty is, you could tell where Nintendo had their input, and you can tell where Squaresoft had their input. Go ahead.
well, not only that, this game has a lot of heart and soul put into it, and you really see it in the final product. First off, I love the graphics. I think this game is very nice looking. I know some people say, "Oh, it looks too much like Donkey Kong Country." No, it's a unique art style for Mario's first RPG, for crying out loud.
And it got out at 16 bits!
It came out as 16-bit, exactly. Also, that music is godly. That is one of the best Mario soundtracks ever.
The Force theme.
Oh, yes.
That is so damn catchy.
It's so damn catchy, and there's great remixes of classic Mario tracks. There's even a reference to a Final Fantasy track at one point in the game.
Yes,
which is really cool.
The hidden boss battle there in Monstro Town there.
Yeah,
you had the shiny stone to open the door, and it's like Quirlax, I think the guy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think, but reason why I placed this so high. Listen, there's been some good Mario RPG games. I do like some of the Mario and Luigi games. I'm not a huge Paper Mario fan outside of Thousand Year Door. I really like a Thousand Year Door, but in my opinion, Mario RPG is still the golden Mario RPG for one reason: the battle system. I think the battle system is so easy to understand. It's fun. The game never gets too hard. It's a very good challenge, but you also get some cool abilities. Gino.
As long as you stay leveled up. If you don't level up, then it can get frustrating. You got to keep up with your, you can't just go around skipping. You can't just go around skipping enemies. If you engage with every single enemy, you'll level up properly.
You have great new characters like Gino. Gino is awesome. The main villain is really cool. It's just, like I said, it's just a really well-designed game. And then, Paper Mario is better because this, and that. I'm like, yeah, but to me, gameplay is more important. I just don't feel like the Paper Mario battle system is as fun or engaging as Mario RPG's battle system. Sure, maybe Mario RPG's battle system is a little more simple and easier to understand, but I don't know, there's something more fun about it. I feel like also Mario RPG, there's more unique worlds to explore, and it's just a more engaging story, because like I said, this is the best storytelling, I think, of any Mario game. And not even, as much as I love Galaxy, not even Galaxy got to this level of storytelling. So yeah, Mario RPG, I think it's a masterpiece. It's number 4 on my list. And it's one of the best RPGs ever made.
Nick, what do you got? Super Mario RPG at number 3.
All right, I had this at number 3 on my list. It is it's either my favorite or second favorite Super Nintendo RPG. In my top 5 of RPGs, this game is great. There's a reason why there is always a Smash petition for Gino for it. I mean, the introduction of the characters like Gino and Malo, just of having the party members, and the first time you have a full party like that, of actually getting your Mario characters with Peach and Bowser. The fight system was great. Felt good about hitting a button at the right time. You felt involved with the turn-based system like that, with trying to time your attacks and your jump moves. I know that's later obviously implemented in the other Super Mario RPG games as well, but I just the first time doing that in there felt great. The stupid homages to things I think they were called the Axum Rangers or something.
Yes!
On the
That
battleship.
was the funnest boss!
Yeah. It's just the Power Rangers as pigs.
Also, Nick, if I can just add one thing, the writing in this game is fantastic. Yeah. There's some really funny stuff in this game, especially with Bowser in this game.
Yeah. Bowser is great in this game. Oh, the story with the store's name was Smithy, if I remember.
Smithy, yeah.
Smithy, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Blacksmith Smithy. He's making, monsters and whatever. And
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
So overall, the story was great. It took you on a good epic adventure with Mario characters, and yeah, there's nothing bad I can even say about this game. Perfect length and everything.
Question for both of you guys before I get to my take on Super Mario RPG. Both of you guys, who are your trio? Do you stick with a certain trio or do you switch it up?
Mario, Bowser, and Gino are my go-tos.
Same here. What about you, Nick?
Mario, I had to go Mario, Bowser, and Peach because I always thought I needed the healer in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peach is good in this game. I really like
see,
Peach.
me, I don't go with the healer because I just pack a bunch of shrooms and syrups and shrooms and whatever.
Please take that. Please take that.
Pick me ups. A lot of
Please take that out of context, audience. Pick up a bunch of shrooms.
Listen, this was also number 3 on my list. Honestly, I thought I was gonna be the only one who liked this game. I'm so glad I'm not alone because this game is a perennial masterpiece. This was lightning about. This is the one time Nintendo and Squaresoft came together and they made possibly one of the greatest RPG game ever made. There's so many unique mechanics, lovable characters, a fantastic bloody story. This is a journey and an investment. If I have any complaints, is just I wish they better utilize Yoshi into the story and into the game.
You are such a simp for Yoshi. You know that, Jay?
We'll get some more on that later.
Yeah.
I just want to say like how great this game is, and the Easter eggs. For example, in one level you see Link sleeping in the hotel room, and hear do 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 do.
Yes.
And then there's one where Samus is sleeping in the bed. Like, there's so many hidden goddamn Easter eggs, and when you go to like the wishing hill and you hear like Luigi's wish. I wish I was a great plumber like my brother Mario, which I'm a little disappointed there was no Luigi, but I'm glad they acknowledged him, and you do see him at the parade at the end of the game. And then there are some adult themes and innuendos.
Yeah.
And Peach's in the castle in Peach's bedroom. And then you go up to the window. You know where I'm going with this.
Oh, yes.
And then I found Peach's ... And then Peach comes up, Mario, you're not supposed to be looking at my private collection or something. And I'm like, yo!
Nintendo got away with this.
I think it looks like a mushroom.
Who knows what Peach has in her bedroom? Just saying. And I love like the main boss fights, like the bow and arrow guy and the Yoderich, whatever his name is, like those main besides the final boss, like those main bosses, those are fun. I love the sunken pirate ship level. Oh my god, everything about this. And there's a little bit of platforming. A little bit. I wish there was a little more.
It's good enough. It's good enough.
Yeah, but man, the story is so great. You help Mallow. Spoiler alert: he's not a frog, or tadpole or whatever. And you go on that journey, finding his parents, and like, man, there's something about. Oh, and as much as I can't stand Birdo, I love the Birdo fight in this game.
I got no problems with Birdo. My only problem with Birdo is this: I thought as a boss in Mario 2, he or she got really repetitive as a boss fight. Yeah, I like the Birdo fight. That's another thing. The boss fights in this game are great.
Oh yeah, and there's strategy to it too, and I like the fact that as the game progresses, you get more weapons. Obviously, you gotta get your armor and your special pins or whatever. But you gain abilities and you gain different weapons, whether if it's a hammer or a shell, Bowser with the claw or the ball and chain. Like, oh god, man! And you just learn as you go. Like, you gotta time this right. Again, epic storytelling. There's some funny, great writing, creative writing, funny jokes if you look under the layers there. And the one thing that no one's touched on yet, not only that this is the best fleshed out Mario story in any Mario game, this is the first time we genuinely care about Mario the character. Before this game, Mario was just a platformer guy who wants to go rescue the princess. There was no story, no nothing. This was the first time where you genuinely saw the character of Mario. Mario the character, the celebrity, the beloved hero, like, and how he goes about his business with everything that was going on. How he decides to help Mallow, how he he decides to help the missing kids in the mole world, and so on and so forth. That you make Mario like a likable character, and I feel like we haven't gotten that ever since.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. If I can say that, that is something I really admire about Mario RPG. They actually make Mario a character, because let's face it, I love the Mario games. Mario's just kind of there.
Yes, exactly. He's just a platformer guy. You know,
He's not Link. He's not Sonic. He's not Samus, who have, you know, a ton of personality to them. Mario's just kind of there. But in this game, yeah, they actually make him an interesting character, which I really appreciate about this game.
Oh, and one last thing, I can't believe we eased over it too. This is the first time we had Mario and Bowser team up. I never would have thought in a million years that I would want to see Mario and Bowser team up.
And it worked, and it was actually
yes, Mario and Bowser team up to combat a greater threat. You know, and yeah, I'd have to say Bowser. Yeah, Gino's badass, but man, I love Bowser. Something about playing Bowser for the first time, and you know, you're rooting for Bowser to get his army back, his castle back, and yeah, I'd absolutely love it. Cole, I really hope after hearing all of our takes that you want to go into this game.
I'll try it. I'll try it eventually.
I just like how Cole is just sitting there like, oh, this Mario RPG, yeah, you're praising it. Yeah, you're gonna go full Ghetto Robo on it, aren't you? Is this gonna become? Is this gonna be the Mario equivalent of Ghetto Robo for you, Cole, where you're gonna start hating on Mario RPG even though you haven't played it?
You know, I might do that with Odyssey too. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I would play RPG before I play Odyssey.
I would too. Easily.
I would prioritize RPG over Odyssey. Drum roll, please. At number 2 on the NerdCage and Friends list, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Good.
It's number 2.
It's second in place. Good job. I'm proud. Yeah. If you were gonna put that at number 1, I was gonna start a dumpster fire.
All right. So I think everyone knows what number 1 is, but let's just celebrate Super Mario Brothers 3 and its greatness. Go ahead, Cole. How do you feel about Super Mario Brothers 3?
All right. Mario Brothers 3. It was number 3 on the list, funny enough. But I love this game for I love the level design in the game. I love the worlds. I love how, like, huge world. I forget what it's really called, but it was like the giant world.
Giant land.
The ice level was really, I like the one where it's like you're on the ground and you go in the sky. Like, that was a cool one where you go like up a tower. That one was a really fun level. The final world of the game is hard, but it's very rewarding. I love the power-ups are some of the best in the franchise. There's so many to choose from, yet they're all effective in some form. Even the frog power-up, which is kind of like a joke, but it's still a good tool in the water. Like, it's a generally good power-up for that. It helps getting through water levels a lot easier. I love finding flutes. I think those are really cool, although the one in World 1 is cryptic as hell. Like, I don't know how anyone's supposed to stand on a certain platform and then just fall, and you go behind the set. Like, also the aesthetic. I like the whole stage aesthetic. I think that's a really cool idea, like making it look like a play. Yeah, but like other power-ups too, like the Hammer Brothers suit, like that's amazing. The Tanuki leaf with that within itself is just amazing power-up. The soundtrack is amazing. I personally have this over the other game we're going to talk about solely because of the variety in the power-ups and the worlds. That is the main reason I enjoy 3 more, but I am not dissing on the other game when we talk about it. That is also
you totally are. You totally are dissing.
He's being fair.
I know. I'm kidding.
It's more of a personal thing of why I have one.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic game. I love 3. It's one of the best. It's my favorite 2D Mario game, if that means anything. So, yeah.
Okay. Well said. Sean, Super Mario Bros. 3 is at number 2. How do you feel?
Well, despite what I said earlier, Mario 3 is number 2 on my list as well, because Mario 3 is a masterpiece. What needs to be said? It's one of the best video games ever made. It really is. The level design is fantastic. The variety in terms of worlds, the power-ups are great. This game, of course, gave us the Tanuki leaf, which is one of the best power-ups ever. It gave us the Hammer Brothers suit, which is amazing. I also love the art style. I love the stage play direction, which, by the way, Shigeru Miyamoto has officially confirmed that the game is a stage play, and honestly, I love that. It gives the game a unique artistic direction. It's so cool. It's kind of like how Paper Mario is literally a world made out of paper, and now Mario 3, honestly, I would argue Mario 3 probably inspired Paper Mario in that regard for going in a unique art direction. I will say the game does get a little hard, especially in the middle portion, and I will say this, I hate the ice world. I hate it. I hate the ice level the ice world in this game. It's not fun. And honestly, it's the only world in the game that I think drags. That being said, though, the level design is still great.
I disagree. I think World 7, the pipe maze. Oh god, that's like.
I can deal with the pipe maze because if you had the P-wing, you can just fly through all that shit. The flutes are cool. This is the first game that gave us the Koopalings, and also I love the music. The music in this game is majestic. Also, I just want to say it's kind of interesting that Bowser doesn't kidnap Princess Peach, spoiler alert, till the end of the game. You think you're just going to be saving all these kings in different parts of the Mushroom Kingdom, and then lo and behold, Bowser pulls his usual shtick, which, and honestly, I'm going to agree with Cole. I think the last world of the game, while hard, is a good kind of hard.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know why, I really like the final boss of Bowser. I really like that gimmick of, he's basically invincible unless you have the fire flower and hammers, and then he has to, basically bust through the floor. I like that. Maybe I'm biased because I love the Bowser music during that fight. It's great. What can be said? It's an amazing, amazing game. It is number 2 because there is one more game I do like more. Super Mario Bros. 3 is an incredible game.
Well said. Nick, Super Mario Bros. 3 is number 2!
All
Your
right.
thoughts?
All right, I had this one at number 1. It's hard to choose between the obvious two that are on the list there. I mean, they are both perfect games in my opinion. I chose this one more, like Cole said, because of the power-ups. I just love the different variation in the power-ups you get. All the worlds are just very different as you go through the play atmosphere and the gradual build in difficulty. If you go through all the worlds, you get a good enough amount of power-ups to help you get through. I know if you just warp your way through, you kind of screw yourself if you end up in World 7 or 8 and you don't have enough power-ups to go through. Like if you get grabbed by the hands a couple times in World 8 and they are just, so you're trying to
I just go in.
Yeah,
I just go in. I don't try to get past it. I just go in so that I know they can't grab me afterwards.
I play the whole game. I don't use the warps. I like to play the whole game.
Yeah, I love playing the whole game on this one. And the bonus levels you get from the ship and I don't know what they're called, the end cards that you flip over were a lot of fun, like the mushroom
Gambling.
house and stuff.
Gambling.
Yeah, it is just gambling, trying to guess and match the cards. Okay, what's the game
I
called?
just hate matching. I'm sorry, the one thing I hate is matching the yeah.
It's impossible. It never works. Never.
I sometimes can time it right to get the star,
yeah.
It's just
And then of course,
I love playing it with another person and just try to mess them up, and they mess them up and they come up with some kind of abomination with the flower and the star. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
And they get one up after 3 levels. You're like, I could have just done that easily doing something else. And then the giant match game that usually takes you the whole run of the world to even complete it. Where you have to match the 2 cards as you're messing that up. The frog suit's the only one where it's great for World 3, and then if you have a couple extra nearing the end of the game, you're like,
that's crap.
I'm just gonna equip it, get hit once, and just have big normal mushroom suit, I guess. I don't know what can't be said about this game. I love the introduction of all the siblings, the first time seeing them throughout the game and their little boss fights.
Yeah.
I know they're all very similar, but I'm not gonna remember.
And they're all named after rock stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little differences in what each of them would do. I'm trying to think of anything actually bad to say.
What's your favorite world? I'm curious.
I stupidly like the big world. It's just something about the way it works with the art.
Yeah, I like big world. I like the big world a lot.
I know it's probably the easiest one.
It's neat though. It's the neat aesthetic.
Yeah, because it really hasn't been done ever since.
Yeah.
It was.
Unless
Look,
you want to count
I
Galaxy
like-
2. Galaxy 2 kind of brought that back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I would say Big World and then something about those sand levels. I have to say Big World and the sand levels. I'm sorry, Sean. I like the ice levels. I really just don't care for the pipe maze or the sky world.
I do
I like
the
the Sky World. I think Sky
I like the Sky World. I like the Sky World.
I don't know. I felt once you get through the one palace there and you get to the actual sky,
Yeah.
I felt like all those levels felt the same.
But you're going into heaven, man, and that's what Mario 3 is. It's heaven.
But if I gun to my head, Big World, Giant Land's my favorite, but a close second's the sand. There's something about those sand levels and those pyramid levels, like something about those.
I do like the first time when you're running through and the sun starts moving.
I hate,
And that's the angriest sun I've.
I hate that sun. But yeah,
Here you go.
I had this ranked. I had this ranked number 2. All right, we're gonna get to that debate, but I had this at number 2. I will say, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, that Mario Bros. 3 is the best NES game ever. It's the
Yes.
best NES game.
Hands down.
It's definitely the best of the first 3 Marios.
Do love the All Stars version though on Super Nintendo.
I like the All Stars version better just because of the Rescue the Kings. You see like Donkey Kong Jr.
And it's also beautiful looking on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they did
great.
a better job with the backgrounds. Everything about this game is great. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I don't really care for the frog suit, and I really don't feel like the hammer suit. I'd rather have fireballs than the hammer suit.
What?
I'd rather have fireballs. I'd rather shoot in front
The
of me.
hammer suit annihilates everything
It
and
does.
protects you. And protects you from projectiles.
I just don't. I like the fireballs better, and then the Tanuki suit. I mean, how often do I really need to turn into a statue?
What about the leaf?
I'd
What
want
about the leaf? What about the raccoon leaf? Do you like the raccoon leaf? I like the raccoon
Yeah,
leaf.
yeah, I do, but
It's a neat aesthetic.
But yeah, there's a certain ability that I like better in the other game. But anyway,
Oh, we'll get to that.
yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, the main gripe I have with Mario Brothers 3, God honest truth, was the fact that you can't go back and play the levels again. When you beat them, you beat them, and you have to game over, and they come available again. I think it's a little. I don't
mind it. I don't mind that.
I really don't like how it works that much, and I really don't care about the Hammer Brothers like getting in the way. I think that's more of an. I feel like the Hammer Brothers are more of an annoyance. Like, I'm not talking about the Hammer Brothers and John. I'm talking about in the overworld, in the map.
Oh, the little mini boss.
Yes.
Yeah. But you get a power up, man. You get a power up.
The free power-up fights.
You don't.
Yeah. But sometimes you get. Oh, that's another thing too. Is when you get like the star, it's useless because you activate the star, you go into the level, and the star's already been used halfway. Like,
I will say this: the star in this game is really short, and there are other games that utilize the star power up way better.
but it's definitely the best Nintendo game. I understand why people have this the best Mario game of all time. I don't think it is, and we'll get to that. It's very, very solid, and I appreciate what it did for video game history. I appreciate the wizard and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, the wizard.
But at the end of the day, it's just not a perfect game. It's not. It's close.
Oh, I love the game, but I admit it's not perfect either.
It's not perfect. So there you have it at number 1. Without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, and just for the record, this beat it by a hair. Super Mario World, aka Super Mario Brothers 4, is number 1.
Yes.
Cole, go ahead, say what you like about the game, and go. You can kind of put your intake on 3 versus World.
All right, so Mario World, without a doubt, great game, and phenomenal, like fantastic game. Like, what else has been said that hasn't already? Like, great level design, great soundtrack. Just like mostly, just for me, what makes the game great is its level design and its soundtrack. And I like how the world, like, it all connects with the levels. Like, it feels natural in that way. And I think that's really cool. I love the overworld. That's like a personal thing. I've always really liked the overworld. I've also really liked the whole climax. You like going like the cave of Bowser, and it's like and then, like the whole clown copter fight. I thought that was always really cool. The boss fights in general, though, besides that, I think are pretty lame.
Use
like
your
they're all
words carefully.
I think the bosses, for the most part, are pretty lame. Like, a lot of them go down in 5 seconds, and they're not hard at all. Like,
But
and
Mario 3's bosses are
no,
better.
I was about to say 3 isn't much better either. They're both
The Kooplings in general kind of suck as villains in the Mario series.
They do. Their boss fights are always super easy, and like they don't take a lot of effort at all. But in general, though, it has, for me, what makes 3 better, as I said, its power-ups and its variety in locations. Not saying World doesn't have that. It does. I like the Force of Illusion. That's a really cool idea, where it's like you have to find the secret exit just to leave. I think that's really cool. Finding Switch Palaces, that's actually a pretty cool like side mode. And also makes the game easier for if you go out of your way to do it. But I like finding alternate routes and levels. I like trying to see if I can go this way or that way. I think that's a really cool way for replayability, and it makes the game worth replaying multiple times so you can get every exit. There's Star Road. I think that's really cool. Hey, you have Star Road and all that whole bonus section at the end where all the
Special World
levels are.
Yeah.
Special World, yeah. Those are really cool. There's a lot of things I love about World where it's like it really wants you to explore, and like that's why the levels are so good in World. The cape power up is a fantastic power up, but it's only out of like a pool of 5 power ups. I just like the variety in 3 where you have like the Hammer Brothers, the Frogs, etc., etc. There's just more variety for me, and I like that more in 3. But World is just fantastic. It's a great game. I just personally like 3 for the small things. Also because I like the play aesthetic. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for that. But World's fantastic. It's great. I have no problem with it being number 1. I just have a personal bias towards 3. But I will never deny that it's a fantastic game. And I probably would say it probably is the better game compared to 3 because it has better difficulty balancing.
There you said it.
What?
You
I
said
gotta
it
be
right there.
honest. I gotta be honest. Like, it has better difficulty balancing, and it's a little bit more accessible than 3 because the later levels in 3 are, for a 10-year-old, they probably would be impossible. So, fantastic game. It's just I have personal bias for 3, but great game. No problem with it being number 1. World's great.
Okay, very well said, Sean. Your reaction to Super Mario World at number 1.
This is my number 1. This is also my 3rd favorite game of all time. I love this game so much. This is a phenomenal game. Super Mario World is, in my opinion, not only the greatest Mario game, but one of the greatest video games ever made. Oh my god. First off, before I really go into why I love the game, I think the number 1 reason why I think this is the best Mario game ever made, the control. Oh my god, this game's control is flawless. Jumping has never felt any better. Mario just moves and feels right in this game. The level design is outstanding. I love the overworld. I love Dinosaur Land. It's such a cool location. I love the very unique locations that are also named after food, which is a little bizarre, but I'll take it. The difficulty is perfect. It's a really fair challenge, but at the same time, you also have Star Road, which is pretty challenging. And then, of course, you have the Special World, which, let's just say, those levels,
They're not that bad. It's just the second one. I think it's called Gnarly, where you gotta get the balloon.
Oh, that one.
That one. Oh my god. Oh jeez, I'm getting PTSD just thinking about that. Oh.
But that being said, also, like I said, the level design. Visually, I love the game. It's a very nice looking game. And keep in mind, this game was a launch title for the Super Nintendo. I think the Fire Flower is well integrated in this game, but the Cape Feather. Oh my god. The best Mario power-up, in my opinion. Not only can you just spin attack everything, you can fly, which, you can glide. If there's some levels in the game that piss you off, you can just glide through all that shit. Also, you can slam dunk the ground. I also love that the levels have multiple exits. That's so cool. And there's hidden levels. I love that so much. Now, I will say, my only complaint in this game the boss fights do suck. They're really, really lame. I will not deny that. Reznor is a better boss fight than the Koopalings in this game. Now, there is one boss fight in this game that I do think is great. The Bowser fight at the end. Love the Bowser fight when he has the little robot toys and he's in his clown copter and you gotta throw them up and he's dropping bowling balls. Like it's great. I love it. But yeah, I love the music too. The music is great. I think the reason why I like this more than 3, I think it's just overall a better designed game, and I think the control ultimately is what I think is better. And to me, the game never gets too cryptic. Yeah, there's some levels that are really hard, and let's just say some of those special levels. Ooh, I get it. That second level.
That just the second. I don't have problems with the other ones. Just the second one.
That second level. But that being said, I think the game is superbly designed and it aged really well. It's kind of interesting that Shigeru Miyamoto, interestingly enough, doesn't really like Mario World. He actually regrets the game. He thinks that, honestly, it's one of his weaker... And I have to disagree with him. I think that Mario World is A-grade gaming design. So yeah, again, 3 is still an amazing game. But I think World is just the better game. And so yeah, Super Mario World, phenomenal game, amazing game. One of the best games ever made. My number 1 favorite Mario game.
All right, Nick, Super Mario World is at number 1 over Super Mario Brothers 3. Your reaction, where'd you have it?
Well, that is totally fine. I mean, it is so hard to choose between these two. Something that has just always been great about Super Mario World that's always made it so good for me is something that I feel like they really improved over 3 is the way you do secrets in this game. It reminds me a lot of Zelda puzzles where when you open a secret and get your second route through a level, whether it be unlocking a new path on the map, which was a really cool feature in this, you actually felt like a genius. Every time you solved something or you found a key, got your way through and got the sweet little cut screen or cut scene in there that would open the key and close, you're like, I did something. I felt like this amazing smart person every time you'd unlock a new puzzle or a new route and you'd slowly see your way through, or I forget which world it is where you start to see world 8 ahead of time, where you're climbing up the map and you could kind of see world 8 from above. It's just a lot of ways they would do secrets in this game is great. The controls, the art style on this. And one thing you guys did not mention about power-ups, you guys forgot to mention this guy.
Yes! Yoshi! This game gave us Yoshi, and Yoshi's great in this game too.
Yeah.
I love the abilities when he swallows certain Koopa shells. He gets different abilities. He can fly, he can spit fireballs, he can just spit the shells as projectiles. I will say though, poor Yoshi in this game sometimes. Sometimes you are Sometimes Mario's the biggest asshole in this game because he literally sacrifices Yoshi. Yeah. You have to sacrifice Yoshi to get to one of the secret exits.
Yeah.
By going underneath it.
You're just throwing Yoshi down to the sky below. But yeah, Yoshi is my favorite. If you call him a power-up in this one, he is my favorite power-up. The different types of Yoshis you end up getting as you go on. There's this really cool feature in eating stuff as you go through, get your extra life. And then the egg, the blue one was a favorite, obviously, because the flying ability as you go through. But yeah, I really like World on the level designs and the special. The Star World was great. That Special World is very hard. But I felt like that was a great little cap off as something extra to do when you're done with everything else. And that's about all I got to say about World. They're both just... It's very hard to choose between the two.
Very well said. Super Mario World was my number 1, just above Super Mario Bros. 3. And yes, I think Yoshi does play a factor, but I'm going to touch on something that you guys did not cover. One of the main problems I had with Super Mario Bros. 3 is you go through the map, and that's it. Unless you die, game over, and they send you back. This game perfected that mechanic, the map mechanic here. So if you have 2 players with you, with your Luigi, one problem just dawned on me. I hate the fact that Mario and Luigi are the same sprite. That bothers me.
Just with a different color.
Yeah, I kind of hate that. But the fact that
I don't mind it.
Play with 2 people. One person, you can divide and conquer. One person can go in one direction. One person going to go in another direction. I love that. Where in Mario Brothers 3, you all had to go do the same levels and alternate. This game, you could do that, or you can go backwards and play some of the other levels over again, find the secrets, or you go in a completely different direction. Whether if you want to go into Star World, warp somewhere else, or go in two different directions in Donut Plains, or whatever. I love the fact that this game requires teamwork, and the fact that you can exchange lives. I love the drop down. You know, if you have a reserve ability, the drop down for reserve, I love that too. Another great perfection. And the one thing that no one has touched on, game save. Yes! Super Mario World has game save, something that Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 did not do.
Unless you have the All-Stars version.
But the fact that you can game save after a castle, after a fort, after a ghost house. Yes! They bloody did it. This is the perfect platformer. Like, everything about this game is perfect as a 2D platformer, and this game is aged beautifully despite
it has
by bitching about Mario and Luigi being the same sprite. Again, divide and conquer and game save is what puts us over the top, and of course, my boy Yoshi. And
yes, and Yoshi's great in this game.
And listen, I will take Yoshi puts us over the top over 3. Not only that, the cape is much better than the raccoon tail because it runs smoother, you can continuously spin, and of course you can fly and keep flying. If you just do the gliding, you just keep flying. Where Mario 3, if you fly and you run out, that's it. Mario World perfected everything that Mario 3 tried to do. Yes, no Tanuki suit, yeah, no frog suit, yeah, no hammer. I don't care. To me, those were useless anyway, in my opinion. Super Mario World's got the original power-ups, Shroom and Flower, and then the Feather and Yoshi, and that's good enough for me. I am very upset with you guys on the boss battles. The boss battles in this game is far better than Super Mario Bros. 3. Because Mario Bros. 3, it was just them bouncing with the wand. This one, there's different ones. You fight Iggy on the
teeter-totter thing?
Yeah. Teeter-totter. And then you got Ludwig where, you know, he's jumping around. And then you got Rory and Morton where they climb up the wall and they drop. They did some stuff that were different. And yeah, and the Boom Booms were all the same in Mario Bros. That's another thing. The Boom Booms and the Hooplings were all the same. This one, they were all different. And it was better. And yes, I like Reznor. It's just cool. I'm sorry. Yeah, they had the Resident in every single fort, but I don't care. And then, yes, the Bowser battle, much better in World than it was in 3, only to be toppled by Yoshi's Island. But I will say that Bowser battle and that build-up, it's just awesome.
Also, that Bowser sprite is surprisingly scary looking.
Yeah, it was really, really, really cool. And man, dude, I love Force of Illusion. I love Chocolate Island. But my favorite level? Honestly, God, I'm surprised none of you guys have talked about it. The sunken ghost ship, the key to the Valley of Bowser, and the free fall.
That was great.
This was the first time we saw clear continuity from Mario Bros. 3 to Mario Bros. 4.
It's also kind of a creepy level, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and of course, this was the first time we get introduced to ghosts. And yes, I will take the fan theory that the ghosts are all the Goombas and stuff that Mario killed in the past. I'm going with that.
Hang on. The ghosts were in 3. There were ghosts in Mario 3.
Yeah, but they weren't prominent. Like,
right? Oh, yeah.
We didn't have we had like a single ghost from here and there, but the ghosts and the ghost houses, you know.
Right.
And I also like the fact that, you know, that the ghost houses kind of, you know, gave you like trial and error, and of course, top secret area, which was, you know, trust me, that was very rewarding to find out how to unlock. I won't lie to you, that was one of those things where I had, you know, lunch table in the playground. How the hell did you unlock top secret area? And I've had, you know, the way I found out was I actually got a book out the library that had Super Nintendo secrets.
Nice.
That's how I figured it out, because I honestly that was like the one secret I couldn't figure out.
We're spoiled. We have the internet now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Also, I love when you beat the Super World, you are a super player. Like, why, thank you,
Yeah,
game.
that's another thing too that I can appreciate is there is that. It's not much of an incentive, but the one incentive to completing the game, getting all 96, beating Special World, the Koopa, the mask, and the change of the overworld. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like how the game looks when it goes.
Oh,
I don't know, something about the colors. I just don't like it. I don't like how
I like it.
the bullet bills turn the pigeons and the Koopas wear masks. I don't like it. I just don't like how it looks. But it's
I like the fall. I like the fall aesthetic.
It's cool that they gave you an incentive to completing. That was like maybe the first time ever they gave you an incentive to completing the game, not just beating the game, completing the game. And I will say the ending's a little underwhelming, even for. But as far as gameplay and mechanics and the overworld in general, this is the perfect Mario game. What Mario Brothers? Yeah, Mario Bros. You could argue that Mario Bros. 3 kind of laid out the groundwork, but Super Mario World perfected it. But yeah, this was hella fun, guys. But real quick, how'd you guys overall feel about the list?
Awful. No, I like it.
I think it was a fair list. I'm just saying, I think Mario World is the better game still. 3's great. I just think World is a little better.
Sean, it was number 1. Come on. It was number 1.
I know, but we debated a little. Like, come on, man. World has the game.
No, see, your game was number 1, Mister. Be quiet. You got to be quiet.
You be quiet. Mr. Link's Awakening is top 5.
Oh my God! Listen, all right.
Children.
Gonna hurt you, Sean.
I like Laura in the background just being like, children.
Nick, what do you overall thoughts on this list?
Oh yeah, no, this is a good list. I like it. It's interesting seeing like not just your own thoughts on it, like actually having like us four do it. It gives it a better list in my eye, other than me just being like, these are the best 10. Obviously, I don't. No, I'm just these best 10.
The list had good variety. I thought it was a good list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it because, to be fair, like the majority of everybody's picks made the list. They may not have been in the order you wanted it to be, but the majority of everyone's picks made the list. Even if I'm taking my bias out, I'm okay with this list. So that being said, to those in the comment section, to those in NerdCage Nation, what are your Super Mario Brothers top 10? What games are you upset that didn't make the list? Are you happy with our list? Is there any games that we missed or we should have mentioned? Let us know in the comments below and get at us about it. That being said, these fine, handsome were fantastic. And I want to give these guys a minute to plug themselves in, starting with Cole.
So you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, all under the same name of Godzilla Gamer 77. You can find me on all those platforms. I don't change my name because I'm lazy. So there you go. I'm also on the Toku Titan cast. I'm a co-host on that, so check me out on that.
I am the Shots of Japanese Cinema guy on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you are a fan of Japanese cinema, give Shots of Japanese Cinema a follow. Also have another exclusive Twitter page, Shots of Japanese Television, if you like anime and tokusatsu television. Trying to branch out a little more as well. So yeah, give Shots of Japanese Cinema and Shots of Japanese Television a follow on Twitter.
All right, you can find me at a Review Roulette Podcast. I have Laura over here just staring me down, knowing that I will mess it up somehow.
Get the bubbles out. Get the bubbles out.
Get the bubbles out. That'll give me inspiration to plug. All right, so you can find me at Review Roulette Podcast. Anyway.
Oh, look, it's the Megalon whale, Cole.
Megalon.
It's got where I have a gun to my head. You can find us anywhere podcasts are found. Help me out. Help me out. You just yell it.
You just yell it. Oh, no. I'm not supposed to be here.
No. Leave this in. This is good material.
Megalon can do the
Megalon. Are you
The
calling?
whale. The whale can do it.
No, Megalon's my thing. It's my thing. Don't take it away from me.
The whale can do the plug.
The whale can do the plug?
Yeah, put it near the microphone.
Oh, it's got like blood on its face. Looks like it. We are Laura and Nick from the Review Roulette Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram under Review Roulette.
we have a podcast where we bring on random people and we watch a random movie. And we will be watching Mario with all of these fine people. And this will be releasing the same day that this is on August. Insert date now, Jay.
I'm calling out to NerdCage Nation right now. As soon as you're done with this video, as soon as you're done with this podcast, wherever if you're watching or listening, to go check out the Review Roulette podcast with us four handsome going to be watching 1993's Super Mario Bros. Movie with John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
So please check that out. I love for Super Mario Brothers. And yes, so I cannot wait to see our genuine reaction to us watching the movie together. Talk about nostalgia trip. Thank you to Review Roulette Podcast, Nick and Lauren, of course. My man Cole, Godzilla Gamer 77. Even though we like to rip on you, we love you, man. You always bring that. You always bring that.
Bring the
energy
meltdowns. I like to melt down here. So it's
yeah, we love that energy you bring to the table, and of course, Sean, like the baby brother I wish I always had. You're the Luigi to my Mario. Like you.
That's Takarada. Takarada knows what's up.
Yes, exactly. So I definitely appreciate your unique input, and you guys have been a blast. We will definitely run this back again, whether if we do Metroid, wink, or Mario spin-offs, wink, or some other gaming franchise. Who knows? But we'll keep these gaming discussions going. That being said, we ask you to pretty please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So USA from Syracuse, New York, to Houston, Texas, I didn't forget, to Los Angeles, to Las Vegas, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, the Review Roulette Podcast, Godzilla Gamer 77, and Shots of Japanese Cinema. Enjoy life. Stay safe. And good night.
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!
To the Marios!
Swing your arms from side to side, come on, it's time to go do the Mario. And there's the Mario again. No, come on, let's go, let's do the Mario. You got it. The Mario.
Let's
do the Mario. From side to side, come on, it's time to go do the Mario.
Fuck yourself, Luigi!
Broken leg Mario.